as we rise up each day. It's the game of the people. Come on, let's play. Yeah. Bring your fight, bring your friends. Come out hard to defend. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. With their hearts and their soul, they're not giving up, no. Dots and ball will collide. Hear them show spirits high. Bring your fight, bring your friends. Come out hard to defend it. Whoa, whoa. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. Hey. DJ. We live for this moment as we rise up each day. It's the game of the people. Come on, let's play. Yeah. Bring your fight, bring your friends. Come out hard to defend. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. With their hearts and their soul, they're not giving up, no. Dots and ball will collide. Hear them show spirits high. Bring your fight, bring your friends. Come out hard to defend it. Whoa, whoa. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. Hey. DJ. We live for this moment as we rise up each day. It's the game of the people. Come on, let's play. Yeah. Bring your fight, bring your friends. Come out hard to defend. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. With their hearts and their soul, they're not giving up, no. Dots and ball will collide. Hear them show spirits high. Bring your fight, bring your friends. Come out hard to defend it. Whoa, whoa. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. From the ashes to the stadium. CPL, DJ. Hey. collide. Hear them shout, spirits high. Bring your vibe, bring your friends, come out hard to defend. Whoa, whoa. From the ashes to the stadium, bring me out. T10. From the ashes to the stadium, bring me out. T10. Hey. T10.
Welcome back to the Honestfield playing fields in Vincent and the Grenadines. Here for the second encounter of today's proceeding. We have the four chartered strikers who has won the toss. They won the toss and decided to bat first against the Grenadine Divers. We see Captain Asif Hooper with ball in hand. I'm joined in commentary by the president of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Cricket Association, Romel Currency. Welcome, Romel.
Thank you, Kish. And again, let me just say welcome to all those watching all over the world to the Dream 11 Vincy Premier League 3.2. Interesting encounter today between Miles Bascom Strikers and Asif Hooper Divers. A lot to play for. These two teams have upped their game since the start of the tournament. Miles Bascom coming off a very good win against Saltpond Breakers. His confidence should be up. He has been batting very well. So too is Asif Hooper, who did extremely well in the last game, leading by the front. His batting effort was tremendous. He came back in the field of play and he led his team masterfully. It was quite obvious that they played to a plan this time around. So both teams, I believe, their tails would be up in this encounter. Good toss for Miles Bascom to win, I believe. Setting a total is always difficult. Scoreboard pressure, but he himself being the captain, he would have to ensure that he gives himself an opportunity to, like he did the last time, to get a proper start and later on push on.
Yeah, and from their sixth encounter so far in this VPL third edition, for Charlotte Strikers are on 8 points with 4 wins, and Asif Hooper's Grenadian Divers 4 points. Will be looking to capitalize on this matchup and move to 6 points to try and secure their place in the playoff. But this should be a really chilling game, a good way to finish this Sunday, Super Sunday clash. Asif Hooper. A bit of a false start there from Asif. I think just playing with Captain Miles Bascom a little bit there, Curry.
Yeah, well, Asif has always been quite the character, as we have seen throughout the tournament. He's very passionate. I really love his attitude as a player. I think he has a lot to offer going forward. Certainly a brilliant prospect for the national team. Well, he currently does play for the
Was it the loss of Ray Hiker yesterday? 42, I think it was, from 19 balls. Oh, and that looks like you're gonna go close to the boundary. Good slide there from Kevin Abraham. 2 to Cosmos Richard. Hakshaw.
As I said before, it's really going to be up to Casmus Hakshaw to take the bull by its horn. Especially for the first set of overs. Bascom, as I said before, he would look to make
There from my as Bascom, good backing up as well from Richie Richards. And so, you know, what we are seeing here is really commendable effort from the SVG Cricket Association are wrong in ensuring that cricket is played in a safe environment as we continue to encourage persons to take the vaccine. So we're into the second over, 5 deliveries gone. Only 1 run so far from this over. Interesting start tonight.
I think Hakshaw might feel a little bit inclined to go at this very last ball. Judging from the score, 6 runs without loss, he just might go for it.
As it goes, as Roman has said, over the top, 6 runs, 4-6 of the innings from Casmus Hakshaw.
I think that was a beautiful shot. Abraham is an off spinner, but actually recognizing that he is
shot. Good calculated shot there by Miles Bascom. Should get two. Good tight run. That was tight call there by umpire Roger Davis for a run, but good running there by the four Charlotte Strikers too.
excellent running. I can tell you what, Bascom's heart must have been in his hand because he really was scampering. He knows how important his innings is to his team.
Roman, I still believe that feeler and that bungie, Richie Richards out there deep mid wicket there, is a wasted feeler.
Yeah. Knowing Bascom, he's known on the local circuit here to be a player that normally plays very straight. So long off is always required for him, in my opinion.
And that's gone. That's a beautiful shot there. Out of the ground.
Oh my God. lovely shot that went over PH Vera. It may have caught a fly had the airport not been decommissioned, but that was beautifully executed. He used his feet. Bascom judging how Asif would come about. It was just excellently executed by Mike Bascom in sublime form. I want to see more.
And that's just about the area where the nurses are administering the vaccine at this point. Beautiful shot there by Miles Bascom. He would feel, he would get some confidence from that shot, Romel. And as you see, score jumps up to 30 for none from 2.5 overs.
Yeah, I think from the inception, from the time he came out, Bascom, there's a slight aura around him. He seems to be very much in control of his game. He's a very confident player, coming off of 50 odd, I believe, not out. So he has that behind him. So he would feel a little bit indestructible or immovable in the way he bats. So it's all for him now to make sure he carries on. Don't get too overconfident. He has already had 18 runs off this over. I'm assuming he would want the strike in the next over, so he might just look for a single.
Well, Miles is smart enough to know that Asif is the diver's best bowler, and he would say, he will be telling his partner, let's just get Asif out of the attack now and look to capitalize on the other bowlers. Asif another fast start. That's playing some games there with Miles Bascom, but I can tell you, Miles a solid player. Well played there by Miles. As expected, nothing different from Miles Bascom. Sensible cricket.
Sensible cricket indeed. He got 18 runs off that over. It was a well played over. As if, like I said before, he would be kicking himself because it can be said for the first two deliveries that he bowled, it was a wide half volley, asking for the hit. That was hit for 6. He came up again, another half volley straight. Miles beautifully executed the straight drive. He learned from the first two deliveries, pulled his length back, but Miles Bascom, from the form that he has been in, was able, even with a good delivery, to overcome that and hit it for 6 over the PH Vera Pavilion. Lovely batting thus far by Miles Bascom. Divers should be worried.
They should be, and of course Miles Bascom is a selector for Cricket West Indies senior men's team. Still only 35 years of age, so retired early from competitive cricket and suddenly showing his class here still.
Yeah, what a lot of people don't know is that Miles actually played for the West Indies.
This year, wild slug there from Cosmos, but
he was part of the West Indies T20 team. I can't remember what year exactly, but he is quite capable.
Oh, and that's a wide, I believe, a signal there by Roger Davis, and all the way to the boundary for 4. Bonus runs there for the 4 Charlotte Strikers. Asif Hooper would be a bit worried now, especially after that expensive over from him. He will be telling his troops that they need to pull this back.
Yeah, the keeper really should have done better there. He got up a little bit too early, in my opinion. At 35, going at over 10 runs and over, he'll definitely need a wicket here from now on.
Good quick single here. Bit of a misfield. Good running by the Strikers. And that too is important, running between the wicket.
Yeah. We have seen not all the teams, just 1 or 2 players, I should say. I shouldn't say teams. There have been 1 or 2 players who have been guilty of not running hard between the wickets. But we have seen Bascom and Haksha really going at it. Good cricket all round.
That's another bad delivery there from Richie Richards, but well capitalized. You still have to execute with these bad deliveries, and well done there by Miles Bascom again.
Yeah, I think the spinners, they really have to slow it up. A lot of the spinners, they have a tendency, as long as they get hit, the next delivery that they bowl almost always is a faster, flatter delivery. You really have to allow the batsman to play good cricket shots. Slow it down, try to get some turn out of it. The wicket is sufficiently...
Well played there by Maz out to mid-wicket boundary. Who came off, I think it was Lishon Lewis, I think.
Yeah, as I was saying...
Sorry, not Lishon. Javed, maybe. Yeah. Javed Williams, I think it is. Yeah, Lishon is with the Strikers. Oh, yeah. There's about 2 or so brothers keep mixing up, but a good single nonetheless.
That's it. He needs to slow it up. Don't give too much pace to the batters. That is where he erred the last time. Slow it up, allow the batsmen to make their shots.
Another good delivery there from Richie to end the over. 11 runs from that over. The power play, that's the end of the power play. 41, just over 10 runs are over. The Strikers would feel comfortable with this start, Romel.
Yeah, the strikers should be extremely happy. Bascom is still at the wicket, going for 26 off 15. Haksha, he hasn't done too badly, 10 off 9. The important thing is they haven't lost the wicket, so Haksha can feel at ease to just go ahead and show caution to the wind and allow Bascom to play his natural game. 10 wickets in hand, 6 overs to go. Why not? They must fancy their chances of getting well over 100 here today.
Do you think 120 is on the cards here for these Strikers, Curry?
It should be. I don't see why not. It really should be. But we have seen throughout the tournament what wickets can do. 2 wickets here, and the divers will be firmly back into it. So while they have been going well, the power play has stopped. The important thing is for the Strikers is to recognize the fielders are on the circle, singles on offer.
You see Broxy Brown starts with a wide down the leg side to Miles Bascom. Broxy had a really good spell yesterday. I think 2 overs, 1 for 8, and he will be looking to come with some consistency today and repeat that. I think that sort of effort would be necessary here if the Strikers are to restrict, if the divers are to restrict the Strikers. Good bowling there by Broxy. Short, surprised Miles Bascom a little bit there, Curry.
Yeah, that was well bowled. Yeah, as you said, Broxy, I think he bowled extremely well in the last game that he played. The divers, they were bowling to a plan wide outside the off stump, and they kept it there. He hasn't started this way. He's bowled a lot straighter to Bascom. But it's important, as I was alluding to, for Bascom not to get too overconfident. The fielders are on the edge of the circle. get the single, he has to be there for the last 3 overs at least. Allow Haksha to go for the big hits.
Braxy again. Ooh, big swipe there. And Braxy normally bowls a nice length ball. Good pace. He has the potential to bowl a good Yorker as well. Most times he comes out with a good length ball. I think Cosmos is looking out there. He has played with Braxy before on the same team, Beckwith team, so he'll know they'll be both familiar with each other. Shot! Is it? Whoa! What a screamer that was! That was a screamer! I think Javid Williams out there, misread it slightly and had to adjust and took it with one hand. Fantastic catch.
I'll tell you what, Kish. I'll tell you what. That is one of the better catches we'll ever see in the VPL. It was lovely. It was just a lovely effort there. I actually thought I was going for 4.
He misread it a bit, and Casimus Actor, who has done a few of those in this tournament thus far to dismiss Sonoran and a couple of the batsmen, he would have to just say, well done, Javid Williams. Great catch.
Well, the divers will be very pleased
as
because...
we see the replay here. Look at that, Romel. Look at that. Excellent.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
I'm not sure if he's a left-hander or if he's a right-hander, but if he is a right-hander, that would make it even more special. That was beautifully done. Beautifully done. And the divers would be pleased now because, as I said before, we have seen what wickets can do. It's important here now for Miles to stay calm. Don't try to force the issue. Everybody should look to bat around Miles Bascom.
Yeah, that was really, and I see the commentators taking note. As you know, it would take something special to beat that for player of the match. So, see, first ball, short ball from Braxy, goes all the way. Is that Williams?
Yes, Cyril Williams. That was
Cyril Williams. Starts off with a boundary.
Well, that's the way he plays, ain't it, Kish? That's the way he plays. He's just going to go for it. He's batting at 3 ahead of the well-known Gidwin Pope. So he's expected, is very much expected of him to just not so much to bat around Bascom, but just play his natural game, because I don't think he knows any other way to play at all.
Yeah, aggressive player. Again, whoa, that's a good shot ball there. Call wide.
I don't mind this at all. The bowler has to show to Ceylon, hey, I'm here. I'm not going to be taken lightly. I love that bowling. Good ball by Brown.
Yeah, and it shows that the pitch does have something in it for both the batting team and the bowling team. That was really a good bounce, I believe. Slightly high, and called so by Roger Davis, indicating it to his standing umpire there, Afran Bayam. Braxy again. Well played by Siroy. I think they're going to be looking for 2. No. Good call, I believe. Good run in there by Kensum Dazil. Coming off the boundary there and saving 2. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it is important that whenever new batsmen come to the crease, the fielders in the circle, they have to look to save a single. You have to apply that pressure to the new batter. You cannot allow him to get off the mark right away by having the fielders on the 30-yard circle.
Straight from Braxy to Miles Bascom and tucked to it nicely for a single. And Miles will be looking to bat deep, Curry. He will be looking to bat down to the 8th, 9th over and certainly get another half century here today.
Yeah, well, at the halfway stage, they're 50 for 1. Miles is on 28 of 17 deliveries. Current runway 10. If you were to go by that runway, they will get up to 100. But I fancy they will want to make sure they get well over 100. So it's important here now for Bascom to just make sure, as you said, he's already in. We can say that he's in. But this is a new bowler in the form of another one of the Brown brothers. So he'd want to see a couple of balls. Yes, he might be confident, but he has to give himself a little bit more opportunity to bat all the way down to the wire by watching a couple of balls from this bowler Brown.
Yeah, and halfway through, as we see the Brown brother enter, Razim enter the attack, but we see the spectators coming in this time. We have had some really good crowds so far in this tournament. Tomorrow, a public holiday here. I anticipate another big crowd tomorrow now. Ooh, well bowled. A good start by Razim Brown, Romel.
Yeah. And that is why I mentioned the point for Bascom to ensure that he sees what Razim is doing first before he looks to be too aggressive. Get the single, the fielders are out on the circle. All he needs to do is just to get bat on it, and the single is there. But yeah, excellent crowd.
Charge there by Mazan and looks like a boundary. I'm not sure it's that way he intended, but he will take that nonetheless. Good result.
One ball was enough from Razim.
Yes. And I was going to ask you, man, at what point, being 50 at the halfway stage for only one wicket, do you think that Miles would say, well, we need to accelerate and get to 120, meaning we can't second for another 10 runs over from here? Ooh, you would think he missed out on that one.
Yeah, you have a point there, but in your consideration, you have to look at what you have in the hut. You really have to look at what you have in the hut. He has been the batsman for them to really steer the ship. If he gets out here, a new batsman has to come in and get accustomed to the bowlers.
Miles again, inside edge, it seems like. Single to Miles Bascom. He moves on to 33 from 21 balls. Brings C. Roy Williams into strike, and he's a 5 from 2. 55 for 1. 2 more balls to go in this over. I think they're going to be looking for boundary here, Curry.
Yeah, definitely. That will definitely be the role of C. Roy Williams from here on, just to play shots once he's there. If he's not there either, he will look to play shots.
It's Razim again. Oh, that one kept a little low, I believe. Kept a bit low.
Yeah. You see it from the replay. You expected it to bounce a little bit more. But you expect that in cricket. You never really get a perfect wicket. But good cricket wicket nonetheless.
Offer something for both bat and ball. Oh, Richie lines up under this on the boundary. Just over his head.
Oh.
Good 6. Welcome 6 there for the strikers. Finished the over how they would have wanted. The wind obviously blowing in that direction. Curry would have helped that ball.
That was a lovely shot by C-Roll. I actually thought that he was going to be out in the end when I saw it. Was that Williams at the boundary there, lining up under it? Richie Richards. I thought that he was going to be out, but at the inception of the shot, I thought it was well executed. But the wind here is such a big factor. As long as it goes high in the air and it's going across to the sea, it will just carry straight across the boundary. Straight over the boundaries, that is.
I must say our cameramen are on the ball here today. And on the ITFX team, they're working really hard, following this ball really nicely. Look at that again. Just over his head on the boundary. just over his head. As you see, Braxy Brown comes in again for his second over, consecutive over. Ooh, good line outside, good line, good length outside. Miles just watched that one a bit.
Yeah, I think he's going to look to do something different. Knowing Bascom, he might look to advance down the wicket for this delivery.
Well, the run rate has dropped under 10. He would want to keep it above 10 at all times. Good edge. Good healthy edge, Jake. That wasn't a bad delivery by any means, but, you know, some favor, the luck going in Miles Bascom's favor there.
Yeah, Miles, I think that was the right time. He's just under 4 overs remaining. Still 9 wickets in hand. Miles Bascom, he feels set. So he is going to go gung-ho on the bowling from now on.
Yeah, Miles would take that any day. He would certainly want to get 12 runs off this over.
Tell you what, if Bascom has his way, he's going to look to get 20 off this over.
Oh, that one is in the air. Asif, 100. No. All the way. Beautiful shot there by Miles Bascom. Simple and casual in that approach. But all the way.
Oh, lovely shot. You know, Kish, when he hit the ball, I initially thought that he didn't hit it too well and was going to be caught at long on. But such was the timing of the shot that it carried all the way over long on. Beautiful shot.
Miles move on to 43 from 24 balls. Ooh, good offer, as we say in cricket. Good offer.
Yeah, he missed out there. That was there for the taking. That was right there.
As we say hello to our friends over in Grenada. That sort of reminded me of Angie Fletcher. You know, that offer. Miles again. A single, smartly played single. Brings Seroy into strike.
Yep, so Seroy is going at 11. He's got 11 off 4 balls. This is the last ball of this 7th over. So it's expected he is going to go for 6. They have 9 wickets in hand. Gideon Pope is still in the hut. We all know what he can do on his day. He hasn't really fired for the tournament thus far, but he has the potential to do a lot of damage if given the chance.
Final ball, Braxy. Good single. Smart player there by Seroy to end the over, and Braxy Brown a bit more expensive to her. In fact, a lot more expensive to her than yesterday. Yesterday he went for 8 from his 2 overs. Today he went for 21. 7 overs gone, 73 for 1. Strikers would feel comfortable here. What target do you think they would have in mind here, Romel?
Well, it has to be over 100 for sure. They'll be very disappointed if they don't get to that. I'm thinking Bascom, knowing the type of person he is, he would believe that he can get up to 115, close to 120.
Well, you would know that the divers, they are a confident unit, and anything under 120 they would back themselves to trace. Oh, up in the air, there's going to be a chance. Taken by Sean Brown. Seroy is gone. Good bowling there by Razim Brown.
Yeah, excellent bowling there by Razim Brown. The divers will be happy for that. And Bascom is on strike now, as they would have crossed while the ball was in the air. But in comes Gideon Pope. He might take 1 or 2 balls to get himself in. But Bascom, I'm sure, has the confidence to keep going. He would back himself. That's the type of player he is. He is going to back himself to execute and execute well. The divers should feel a little bit more relief, because we have seen in the past what Silroy Williams is capable of. So they'll be happy to see the back of him.
Yeah, I think at this point, the 4 chartered strikers, Coach Borcham Stapleton, he would be happy to have these 2 players at the crease, his 2 most experienced batsmen, in Miles Bascom, the captain, and Gideon Pope, who captained the team the last season and who was played for West Indies under 19. In fact, when the West Indies won the tournament and the World Cup in 2016, he was in the starting 11. Good player, very aggressive, and this is the type of scenario that he would enjoy playing. Obviously, Razim again comes in for his second delivery of the 8th over. Miles smartly played there. Good aggressive intention there by Gideon to try and get 2, but it was certainly not on.
Yeah, interesting feel they had there for Bascom. They had 2 men in the circle at point, one just in front of point and one just behind. You don't often see that. The feel that they have now for Gideon, he being a left-hander. The 1 man on the square leg boundary. There is a 3rd man, very fine, I think. So I'm assuming the line has to be well outside off stump because Gideon has a penchant for hitting across the line.
That 3rd man was extremely straight, fortunately for the Divers, saving that boundary. A good healthy edge here from Gideon, and clearly his intent is to hit and clear the ropes. I suspect Miles would have a similar intent as he's 45 from 27 balls. Would he bring up his 50 with a 6?
Well, they have a 6-3 feel for Miles Bascom, so he should know the line that the bowler is about to bowl.
Good swing there, good swing. You see Javid Williams on the boundary there, fairly sharp. Took a smasher a while ago, 1 hand. Certainly a contender for play of the game, but only single for Miles Bascom there.
I think he was lucky to get away with that, the bowler. There's just one feel on the deep square leg boundary, bowling to a 6-3 field, bowling a short ball going down leg. I think he was quite fortunate to have gotten away with that, but he would want to make amends in this ball.
Oh, big swipe there. I was waiting on the call from the umpire. I suspect a very close one there. Raja, I saw contemplating whether to stretch his hands out. No boundary from this over yet.
Yeah, the line is clear. I like the line of attack from Razim. They have to go across Gideon Pope. We all know here locally the type of player he is. He looks to long on and deep mid-wicket. So slanting the ball across him is the right way to go, in my opinion.
Final ball. Down the ground. Good stop there by Razim. Save boundary. 4 runs off that over. Really good over from him. And a good spell. 1 for 15 from his 2 overs. He will be very happy with that. Content with that performance today. Asif, as he brings, I think, Kensu Dazzle into the attack. 2 more overs to go. 77 for 2. 100 on the cards.
Yeah, it was really an excellent over by Razim. He took a wicket in the first delivery, and he only conceded 4 runs. Asif Hooper could not have asked for anything better of Razim in that over. But Gideon Pope, he has dispensed with the helmet. He's about to face the medium pace. Who's that bowling there, Kish? Danzel. Left arm medium pace Danzel.
Kenson
Danzel. The field they have now is a 5-4 field. Deep mid wicket, nobody behind square, only the guy on the 45.
And Kenson normally bowl a length ball. Gideon will be looking to go for mid wicket. Oh, well struck down the ground. That one was a bit full, and Gideon hit that too. A bit of fair there you could see, and Kenzo hopping out the way there.
As my fellow commentator would say, he was in mortal danger.
Miles will be looking to capitalize on this over. He's going to be thinking 18 runs minimum from this over.
Yeah, he has to.
Miles would know Kensu fairly well too, so he would know that he normally bowls a length ball. Over. Chance to Asif. He dropped it. Dropped chance given to Asif there, the captain of the divers, at long on, and just dropped.
I tell you what, 9 out of 10 times Asif Hooper would take that chance. He's normally a brilliant fielder, so it's very surprising to have seen him drop that catch. Miles Basker wouldn't mind it at all. He has 47 of 29 balls. There's still 10 balls remaining, 10 legal deliveries remaining in this inning, so he should be happy that he's still there.
Kenzo again to Gideon Pope. Short ball, length. Does it reach it? Oh, bit of a misfield there and got 4. Gideon will be happy with that outcome.
Yeah. But Denzel has to bowl to his field. There's only one guy deep on the leg side, so he really can't afford to get too short. He's not express pace at all, so he either has to bowl full outside off stump, an area where we all know Pope is not the best at. He's more of a mid-wicket, deep square leg kind of player.
Shots again. Bad bowling there, I would say. Bad bowling. But Curry, I've seen Denzel bowl, and that is the length that he normally bowls. So I'm surprised that Asif, has this field and asking him to do something different. That I've hardly ever seen him done that.
Well, Kish, I'm not sure if the captain is asking him to bowl short of a length, angling down leg. Because
my point is, Curry, is that is what he's capable of bowling. So set your field for that bowling, right?
But he has to adjust. He has to learn to adjust. This is a big man's game. He has been playing cricket for the longest while. He can't be a one-dimensional bowler at this stage. He has to adjust. He has to be able to bowl what the captain wants.
I will see another land there. Another land. Good stop there. Good diving stop there by Javid Williams, I think it is. And 2. And as I said, Curry, I'll be very surprised if we see any ball coming on to third man. Right? So I would probably prefer to have third man in the circle and strengthen the leg side field for that bowling.
Well, in any case, I would have already had, as you alluded to, 2 men at least covering the deep square leg boundary, one behind and one just in front. Judging from what we know of Pope, he's not going to look to go over extra cover. He's not. That's not the player he is. He's going to look at mid-on and behind square.
Final ball smacked out to Asif at long off, and they finished the over with a single. So the score is 90 for 2 with 1 over to go.
90 for 2. And Miles Bascom would be slightly disappointed that he's not on strike. So it will be up to Pope to try to go as hard as possible. If he gets out, then so be it. They still have 8 wickets in the hut. He has to go for the big one. If the ball goes into the air, he gets caught, Bascom would be on strike. So at all costs, they should really be scampering for the single, at least.
Well, with the final over 6 deliveries, strikers, they're going to back themselves to get to 105 at least. 15 runs off this final over, which seems to be coming from Davian Barnum. Medium pacer, gentle medium pace. But Bo's a decent line. But Gideon is going to be looking to clear the ropes.
Yeah, I really would have preferred to see a deep square leg.
Oh yes, down to Asif. Good feed in there, good sharp feed in there from Asif. A single brings Miles Bascom on strike. So 91 for 2, 5 deliveries to go. Strikers looking to get up to 105. Is it possible? Well, it certainly is possible, but are they going to get this? Are they capable of reaching this and setting maybe a similar target to what the hikers had this morning.
Well, the captain and Barnum, they've just had a conversation. There has been no real change to the field set, save and except there are two men behind square now and one deep mid wicket.
Barnum into Miles Bascom. Oh, well bowled. I think Miles gave himself some room there and just missed that one. Certainly saw the intent there, Curry.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of miscalculation for Bascom. He needs to just stay still. I don't think he's going to repeat that mistake.
Davey, I'm looking to repeat that last delivery. Smash out to sweeper by Miles Bascom. Only gets one though.
Excellent going thus far by Barnum. He seems to be able to bowl to his field a little bit more so than Danzel thus far. He's in constant communication with the captain, which is a good sign. So there must be a plan in place. There's still one man on the deep square leg boundary, which implies that he's going to bowl wide off stump.
Oh, all the way from the powerful Gideon Pope. 6 runs, a needed 6 there. And with 2 more deliveries to go, they'll be looking to get 2 more maximum.
Yeah, that was well executed by Gideon. He was right there. The intention was good by Barnum, trying to keep it outside half stump, but he erred by bowling it full. And Gideon Pope was all too happy to accept that lovely gift, wrapped up well for him on this Sunday afternoon.
And certainly Miles Bascom won't mind finishing on 48 not out if Gideon could dispatch the next 2 deliveries for 6s.
Yeah, well, that will definitely be the intention. They will be looking to maximize as much. 12 runs can be had of 2 legal deliveries. So he would be telling Gideon Pope to just go very hard.
As we see the umpires awaiting the ball to be returned to them. The officiating has been really good standard this season thus far, Romel.
Yeah, well, there are a couple of first-class umpires umpiring in this tournament. Roger Davis, we've seen Dighton Butler, Colin Graves being a former first-class umpire. So the standard really has been up there. So good to see.
Bad delivery there again. Certainly not what Asif would have asked for. And Gideon, of course, capitalizing, moving to 25 from 11 deliveries. This is a good knock from Gideon Pope. We know what he's capable of. 1 more delivery to go. He's going to try to get maximum, no doubt.
Yeah. I'm happy to see that Gideon has some runs under his belt, because he really has been struggling for form throughout the last couple of VPLs. So this should really do him a world of good going into the remaining matches.
Final delivery of this innings. Oh, Gideon pulls this one and gets the boundary of the final ball of the innings. Really good finish there for the strikers. 106 for 2 from the 10 overs. Really good batting by the strikers. Curry, what do you think of that target?
I think it's a competitive target. As we have seen throughout the tournament, any team that bats first and gathers in excess of 100, they would have fancied their chances. I know Bascom is a confident bloke. The strikers will go into the field in the second innings feeling very confident and very capable of defending it. Divers, they came off a brilliant batting effort in the last game. Abraham did extremely well. Asif Hooper, the captain, batted extremely well. They'll have to start well this time around. I know in the game where they acquired over 100, they were, I think, 24 for 2 in the power play. So they have to really give themselves a chance. We always have to look at what is after you, because when you take a look at all the teams thus far, the top 4 or the top 5, well, more so say the top 4 batters are the ones who would do the bulk of the hitting for you. Asif is going to bat early. So too is Abraham. They have to give themselves a chance to get into the wicket and stay in the wicket and believe in themselves that they can push ahead in the last couple of overs and cross the 100 mark and get to 107. They have to do it.
As we see the bowling effort there from the Grenadian Divers, Asif up at the top there, none for 22. He was unable to pick up a wicket today. Wickets obviously in column for the Brown brothers. Braxy 1 for 21 and 1 for 15 for Razim Brown. Kevin only had 1. Kevin Abraham only had 1 over today. So too did Richie Richards, Ken Sodalzil and Davian Barnum. But overall, do you think they will be happy with that bowling effort though? Sorry.
I don't think they would be happy with this bowling effort at all, because in the previous game it was clearly evident that they bowled with a distinctive plan, and that plan was to bowl outside off stump. We hardly saw anybody moving from that plan today. Today they bowled straight at Bascom, which I thought was a mistake. They didn't try to go to that off stump, that wideish off stump line that worked so well for them in the last game. So Asif Hooper, I believe, would not be pleased. I don't know if it was because the strikers got off to such a good start in the power play that threw them off, because we didn't see that normal energy we would normally see in the field for the Divers. Asif Hooper is always jubilant and vibrant, full of attitude and so forth, but I didn't really see it from him today. I know he went for a little bit of tap, unlike him, so that must really have dampened his whole mindset. But as a captain, he really has to go beyond that and know that he has to basically pull all the players together if he has to go forward and win this tournament.
Yeah, as we look, beautiful shot there from the drone, and you see the vehicles there as an indication of the kind of crowd that we have at the stadium currently. And of course, you know, we are at the Annisville playing field in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We're going to take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll get the run chase, 170 target for the Grenadian Divers. The 4 chartered strikers, Miles Bascom's team, they're going to look to defend this and move to 10 points on the table, right up there with the leaders. So we'll take a very short break, and we're back with you at the Annisville playing field in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Dream 11 VPL 3.0.
will collide. Hear them shout, spirits high. Bring your vibes, bring your friends. Come out hard to defend it. Whoa, whoa. From the ashes to the stadium. We be out. T10. From the ashes to the stadium. We be out. T10. Hey. T10. We live for this moment as we rise up each day. It's the game of the people. Come on, let's play. Bring your vibes, bring your friends. Come out hard to defend. Whoa, whoa, whoa. From the ashes to the stadium. CPS. T10. From the ashes to the stadium. CPS. T10. With their hearts and their soul, they're not giving up, no. That's that ball will collide. Hear them shout, spirits high. Bring your vibes, bring your friends. Come out hard to defend it. Whoa, whoa. From the ashes to the stadium. We be out. T10. From the ashes to the stadium. We be out. T10. Hey. T10. We live for this moment as we rise up each day. It's the game of the people. Come on, let's play. Bring your vibes. CPS. T10.
And welcome back to the Gem of the Antilles, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we're here at the Annisville Cricket Ground, and the Grenadine Divers, are about to start their reply against the Fort Charlotte Strikers. We were treated to some stunning shots early on from the Fort Charlotte Strikers, which took them to a total of 107.
Yes, I think Miles Bascom batted extremely well. He gave himself a chance at the inception. He didn't try to go gung-ho from the start. He allowed Haksha to do his thing, and then he slowly came into what we know him to be in terms of a finisher. Gideon Pope batted well coming into the wicket in the late half. So did Ceylon Williams when he got the chance. Although he was a brief stay, he was impactful in the way he delivered with the bat. So the strikers should feel pretty confident going into this innings. It will be divers I believe would be under the hammer, because we all know what scoreboard pressure can do. So they have to get a good start here and allow themselves a decent opportunity to get past 106.
And we see Shembrong and Kader Ned, they're about to start things off for the Grenadines Divers. They have the most productive first wicket partnership in the tournament so far. And right away a shot has been offered. It's not holding back here.
Yeah. I think Ned's role has been televised for everybody to see. He's not going to mickey around. He's going to go at all costs. Wherever the ball is pitched, he is going to go. I think that is what his role is going to be from here on.
well bowled by Rashid Fredericks, who, along with Ray Jordan, has opened the bowling quite nicely for the fourth Charlotte strikers so far in the tournament. So they would be hoping to continue their great bowling in the power play as they've done thus far. And he's bowled him. Rashid Fredericks picks up the early wicket of Kadir Ned, who would have been hoping to get off because he wasn't able to do so yesterday.
Yeah, that was really poor batting by Ned. Although I believe, like I said, that he was given specific instructions to go hard at the very top. But in this type of game, you really have to give yourself a chance to make some runs. Asif Hooper is going to come in after 3 deliveries, and he's right away, he's going to be under some pressure. He knows the importance of his wicket. He was really hoping for Ned just to bat a couple balls, play himself in, and then get some sort of total on the board where he can come in and play what he is accustomed playing, which is good cricket all around and batting beautifully.
Yeah, Asif Hooper, he made 52 of 27 balls yesterday. Having said that, he didn't have scoreboard pressure behind him. Today it's a different ball game, so let's see how he paces innings here today.
It's really a different ball game. It's an interesting feel. Rashid Fredericks is bowling left arm around the wicket to the left-hander. They have a 6-3 field. Ordinarily, you would expect that you would have more fielders on the onside. But because the ball is new, the ball is not turning, it's just going to slant right across the left-hander. Hence, the 6-3 field.
One bounce to the fielder. Right away, Asif Hooper is in his work.
I want to see how Brong goes about his business. 4 deliveries have been bowled. They are 1 for 1. It's important for him to make sure that he bats a couple. Don't get too worried about the run rate just yet. I've been harping on this all day. You can come out the power play with about 24 and 25 and still reach to 100.
Yeah, he did not get off yesterday. He, along with his captain, they will have to bat the majority of the overs if they are to get to this target of 107. Really good bowling from Rashid Fredericks. He's mixing up his pace quite nicely, Curry.
Yeah, that was really a lovely delivery. He saw that Brong was looking for the big hit right away, and he kept it close and tight. Lovely bowling by Rashid.
Wide delivery, bowled by Rashid Fredericks. Looked to be a tight call, but the bowler did not disagree. That's in the air. Has gone all the way for 6. Beautifully hit there from Asif Hooper. And he looks confident. He started quite confidently today, Curry.
Yeah, that was a lovely shot by Asif. He watched it all the way. That was the important thing. He got good connection, but he didn't get a perfect connection. But it was good enough to take it all the way over the boundary for 6. He would be backing himself. He really would be backing himself. He has a mammoth task ahead of him, having to get to 107. So it's important for him to steady up and back himself and run hard between the wickets. He really has to.
Yeah, it looked to be a mistimed hit, but I guess with the assistance of the wind, he was able to go over the long on boundary. We see Ray Jordan, he's about to come into the attack. He would be hoping to continue his trend of picking up an early wicket for his captain, as did Rashid Fredericks in his first over.
Yeah, I'm betting here that Ray Jordan is going to be a challenge. We all know how fast he can bowl. He's a bowler that can reach in excess of 90 miles per hour. Is Asif bat? No, he is batting with a helmet. I thought for a second that Asif was going to batting without a helmet. But,
and we know he's not afraid to go to the short ball early. He has it, and he backs himself to deliver that short ball. Ferociously, he delivers that short ball.
Bascom has a very attacking feel for 2020. He has a slip in place. He has all right to. He knows the value of wickets here.
Right away, well bowled by Ray Jordan.
Yeah, some good steam coming on there. I don't think Brung was ready for that at all. He was late on the pull. Excellent steam. But Brung, having said that, Brung is not going to back away. He's just going to fire. He's going to fire with fire.
Yeah, these two batters, they're very important to the chase of the Grenadines divers. So they will be hoping to get and they wouldn't want to be stuck in the crease without scoring runs. Short delivery, but wide, 5 wides.
Yeah, the keeper really had to do better. It was difficult, but he really had to do better. He got there, but he had to do better than that.
If you notice, Ray Jordan, he tried to follow the batsman. If you notice, he tried to follow the batsman with that short ball. Good thinking by him, but it didn't come off as planned.
But he's going to be aggressive. You have seen that. He's going to be super aggressive. His first 2 balls were short deliveries. At some point in time, he is going to attack those stumps.
Really good Yorker length delivery there from Ray Jordan. He's really mixing it up here. He looks the part today, Curry.
Yeah, he went for it. He went for that wicked delivery. The first 2 deliveries short. It shook him up a little bit. Brung probably was expecting a shorter delivery. But as we all know, Jordan, he has the capability of bowling those searing Yorkers. He was just slanting down the leg. Umpire made the right call there.
Indeed, we see a field change. Third man has gone back and the final leg has come into into the circle. Short delivery again. Fair short delivery.
Serious pace here. Serious pace from Ray Jordan. Brung does not want it.
Shembrov has no answers.
Serious pace here. I think Ray might just go for that Yorker again because Brung has been shaken.
Corey, you yourself being a top order batsman, how would you deal with this sort of pace after the delivery? I guess that's a good answer there. Nice crunching drive through the cover. Picks up 4 runs.
Well, that was well hit. Well, firstly, you have to watch the ball. You can't keep your eyes off it, huh? A bowler is coming at 90 miles per hour at you. You have to keep your eyes at the ball, on the ball. That's the safest way.
Yeah, he kept his eyes on that one that time, and he was able to capitalize on a shortish delivery from Ray Jordan. Nine runs off the over so far. We have a bit of a delay. It appears as if the bowler is he cleaning his shoe? Looks that way. But
I think he's making some adjustments to his thigh.
Oh, he's took off his 18 for 1 after 1.4 overs. Not a bad start, just the loss of the wicket, but not a bad start by the Grenadines divers.
Yeah, to me, it's even Stevens right now.
And he's bowling. Ray Jordan gets the last laugh after being crunched for 4 runs through the covers.
Beautiful.
It was a lovely delivery.
Beautiful delivery. I just love to see fast bowlers bowl. It was quick. It was on the stumps. He knew he had Brung rattled. Brung was probably looking for much shorter delivery, having crunched him through the covers for 4. He knows what fast bowlers normally think when they get hit. So I believe he was expecting a much shorter delivery. Ray Jordan, on the other hand, decided to attack those stumps, and he was successful. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful and smart. Smart bowling by Ray Jordan. Now, would you say they're in some trouble now, Curry? Having lost the two prolific opening battles of Shembrong and Kadened early on?
Well, they are in the spot of bother. The good thing is, Abraham has come to the crease. We saw how well he played in the last game. If he's able to replicate that innings that he played, it will be very, very good for the Divers. But he's up against Jordan. He's not a medium pace of note. He's a fast bowler.
Well bowled by Ray Jordan. Excellent over from him. Yes, he had 5 wides and a boundary coming off him, but excellent over, picking up the wicket of Shembrong.
Yeah, it really was an excellent over. Unfortunate that the keeper allowed the wide delivery to go for Bongwe, but it really was an excellent over. It was aggressive at the start. He had Brong on the ropes. He conceded a boundary, but he knew that he had the upper hand over Shembrong, and he went for the stumps and he was successful. Excellent over. It'll be interesting if Bascom continues with Jordan for the 4th over. I know he has been doing that throughout the tournament, but I really would love for him to, unless a wicket falls now, just keep him back just for that middle period, just in case things get tight. Rashid has been bowling well, so they expected that he would continue with Rashid. Yeah, but if Hooper gets his way, he would fancy taking Rashid for a couple. Rashid really has to adjust his length there. He was a bit full. He was a bit too full in the last ball to Asif in the last over.
There you go again. Excellently launched over long on for 6. That one has gone out of the park.
Oh, that was beautifully struck. Asif doesn't seem fazed at all by the loss of the wicket. I'm guessing that he has said to himself that, hey, Rashid Fredericks, he is my type of bowler. We have to get as much of Rashid Fredericks as possible for us to make sure that we are in it with a shout.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, really good pickup shot again there from Asif Hooper. He would be thinking, left arm spinner, I have to go here.
Absolutely, and he knows that his team is on the ropes. They are not in a bad position in terms of the run rate, but they have lost 2 wickets, so he'd want to make sure that the pressure remains on the 4 Charlotte strikers, and that was a very good blow.
And having Rashid Fredericks and Ray Jordan bowling the power play overs, that's been a ploy of Miles Bascom. I think his tactics is, minimize, just get as little runs as possible in the power play overs, and he's often rewarded with wickets. So far, they've picked up 2 wickets in the power play overs. But Asif will be looking to go after Rashid Fredericks here. This one is high in the air. Somebody's under it. And he's dropped it.
Yes, and looking at that one, the fielder at long on, who was Ray Jordan, was in a far better position to take that catch. I don't know if Lavia had heard him calling, but Ray definitely heard Lavia's call and he backed off the catch. But he was in a much better position running towards the ball.
Indeed, Alanson, and that's a drop catch that might come back to haunt them all later on in the innings.
Yes, that is Asif Hooper dropped. One of the most disappointed men on the field will be Rashid Frederick.
Wide delivery, but that delivery before, I think he held it back a bit, and that was key. That was key in getting Asif to sky the delivery.
Yes, Stacey, that was definitely a bit slower. So good bowling by Frederick.
That's not it. The good thing about Fredericks, he's a young man and he's learning the game quite quickly, because he realized that he needs to bowl a little slower to Asif, because he's going at him here and the wind is in favor of Asif hitting zone, so he would want to keep the ball as much slower to Asif as much as possible.
Yes, and Rashid has played for Windwell Islands on the 19, and he has a lot of experience, although he's quite a young man. So that was good thinking on his part. So a run-out attempt there of the previous delivery. The crowd, you could hear the crowd getting, excited.
You see Kevin Abraham about to take strike. He had a fabulous knock yesterday, 42 of 19 deliveries. Quick single direct hits. Not out. That was an excellent delivery to finish the over from Rashid Fredericks. Oh, sorry, there's 2 more balls remaining. But an excellent delivery first up to Kevin Abraham.
Yes, and it was well played, and it was a good single, a good call by the non-striker, and they made it safely in the end.
Corey made mention of whether it's a good idea to bring back Jordan after this over. What do you make of that, Alanson?
Okay, as we see another single conceded. Yes, so if I were the captain at this point, given the run rate where it is now, I would have a go with Jordan, because breaking this partnership would go a long way towards winning the game. And by the time he comes back, if these two are set, then it might be more difficult for him at that stage.
Beautifully picked up there from Kevin Abraham, and that goes all the way to 6.
That was a fantastic shot there by Abraham. It was well executed. He saw when he was sweeping there, he always had 6 in mind. His bat came from low to high, so he was always looking for the elevation, and he got it over the fielders in the ring and way over them actually for 6.
Looking at these 2 batters, they don't look phased at all. They look quite relaxed at the crease.
And that is why I am in favor of bowling Ray Jordan just 1 more over. It's a risky ploy, because you wouldn't have him for the latter end of the innings, but the wicket is absolutely crucial here. They are well up with the rate, and this pair is essential. It's essential that they get rid of them, especially given their form in the last innings.
Indeed, and you see he's continuing with his plan to finish Ray Jordan in the power play overs, and also minimizing, getting as little as possible of this over is key, because this is the last over of the power play, and of course, as if Hooper and Kevin Abraham, they will be looking to go after it to get as much runs as possible as they can.
Yes, but if I were in the position of Hooper and Abraham, I have 36, I'm chasing 107. I would see if I could get maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 runs of this over maximum. Of course, if I have a bad ball, you'll put it away. But I would not be taking any undue risk against Ray, because I know why he's bowling now.
Yes, I agree with you. I'll just see him off. Let's see how this over goes. Of course, there's Curtin Love here. He's been doing well for the Fort Charlotte Strikers, so Miles would be thinking, I still have good guys in my armory to come. Well bowled from Ray Jordan.
Yes, and Ray is well into his work. He's bowling quite quickly. I would say he's somewhere around 86, 87, 88 today. He could bowl just a little bit quicker than he's bowling now, but he's right up there in this spell.
One thing though, I don't want him to get too carried away with the short ball. I notice sometimes he gets carried away with the short ball because he's quick and he can trouble a batsman. So I hope he mixes up his pace here. I think Asif Hooper heard you, and it looks as if he's just taking his time. Yeah, I think he reads the game quite well, so I would expect a batsman of that caliber to play out this over. That's the best result for them in this book.
Yes, and you could see the touch of the fist there, the bumping of the gloves between him and Abraham, and I think that he'll just be reinforcing that very point to Abraham. Let's not get carried away in terms of getting as too many of this over. Let's play right out, and we could see what we could get from the remaining 6 overs of the game.
Yeah, definitely the plan, from the way you see Kevin Abraham just approach that delivery. And no need, because they're 38 for 2. Yes, 2 wickets are down, but they're 38 after 3.3 overs, they're scoring quite nicely.
Yes, they're well up in the rate, so there is no need for them to take any undue risk, having especially already lost 2 key wickets.
A ball well played, attempted run out, and he makes his ground.
I would dare say, Stacey, and if that one had hit, that Abraham would have been short of his crease.
Indeed, he would have been. As we'll call that a missed opportunity there from the 4 Charlotte strikers.
Yes, as you see the replay there, yes, he was just short.
He would have been short. Two more balls in this delivery. In this over, sorry. So far, just 4 runs conceded, but the Grenadines divers will be happy that there hasn't been a wicket to Ray Jordan in this over.
Yes, if they get a single or 2 off this last delivery, even if it's a dot ball, they have around 10 runs and over, which is the target at the beginning, 10.7. So they would be up with the rate, and they would have seen off maybe the 2 biggest threats of the opposition bowling.
And there you have it at the end of the over. It's 40 for 2 at the end of the power play. Grenadines divers, 40 for 2. You see, Asif Hooper is 19 of 10. He's in the wicket with Kevin Abraham, 9 of 5. Earlier, Kader Ned was bowled for naught of 3 deliveries, and Brown, 5 of 6, bowled by Jordan.
Yes, and bowling for the 4 Charlotte strikers, we have had 2 overs apiece from Frederick and John. Frederick being expensive. He has taken an important wicket of Ned, but he has been quite expensive, going at 13.5 runs and over, 1 for 27. And John, very impressive, 2 overs, 1 for 13, having given Shembrong a walking over here this afternoon. Wickets falling at 0 and 18.
We see Shaquille Brown about to enter into the attack. A little bit early. We're not accustomed to seeing him so early into the attack. But let's see what the plans of Miles Bascom are here with him today.
At this stage, the 4 Charlotte strikers were 41 without loss, so it's neck and neck at the moment.
The end of the power play, I see, well, they have the long on, mid-wicket, they have a man at 3rd man, and somebody at cover. They've opted for just, they have a fine leg out as well. Just a single from Kevin Abraham. Yeah, Shaquille Brown. I haven't seen him come into the attack so early for the innings for the 4 Charlotte strikers. Usually he bowls more at the back end of the innings.
Yes, the captain will be saying that I want to get all my bowlers well into the course of events here, just in case I need anyone at the end. I don't have to bring anyone under pressure, bowling at the death in the chase, having not bowled yet for the innings as well.
Indeed. That's not something that the Grenadines divers did early on in their innings. Kenson Dansell, he bowled the penultimate over, and we see that the batsmen from the 4 Charlotte strikers, they launched into him. Slight field change for the left-handed batter. Oh no. That should have been stopped. I was just picked up lazily from the batter, and a lazy feeling just as the shot was played, and 4 runs. That's not something that they needed at this point in time.
Absolutely not. And that was poor work from Rashid. He usually is a very good fielder, so that is something that is quite shocking. And he would feel the pressure of that miss, and would obviously feel it even more with so many persons here at the Annisville playing field this afternoon. Something that if it happens to you, you'd want to bury yourself in the sun.
See, Shaquille Brown opting to go wider to Asif Hooper. What do you make of that ploy, Alanson?
Yeah, I think it is something that they are looking to do, because especially when you're bowling from the backward end, you are bowling across the left hander, you're bowling to the bigger side, and he would have to hit into the wind. It's not that Asif cannot play through the offside. He can play on both sides of the wicket, but it's a much easier hit to the leg side from this end for the left hander.
Well bowled. Oh, he's bowling. That was a really good delivery. He followed the batsman, but he seemed to get an edge, and it was just played back onto his stumps. Really good bowling from Shaquille Brown.
Yeah, it seemed to go into his pad, then onto his stump. So he'll consider himself a little bit unlucky. But as you see there, coming off the unmentionable areas onto his wicket.
That's a very important wicket, because Kevin Abraham, he was able to score, held to the yesterday, 42 of 19 deliveries. So the 4 Charlotte strikers will be pleased with that wicket at this point in time. Having said that, Asif Brown is still at the crease.
Yeah, and he'll be very, very displeased with that, and he should be disappointed with that dismissal, because I would say it's a very soft dismissal. Fairly innocuous delivery, although it was smartly bowled by Brown. But you know, he really should have covered that a little bit better.
You see how animated Asif Hooper was at the other end. He's a very passionate cricketer. It's good to see. He was quite upset with that dismissal, because he knows that Kevin Abraham and himself, after their performance yesterday, they would have been looking to score the bulk of the runs here today.
Yes, they would definitely have wanted to bat probably up until maybe the 7th or 8th over. As we see, the new batsman is Javid Williams. Maybe after his fantastic catch early in the day, he might be feeling very confident and might, get a good knock here today.
Yeah, today might be his day. Wide, too wide. Continues with the wide delivery ploy, but that one was just too wide.
Yes, that was a slow delivery, but lost control of that one. Did Brown was extremely wide outside the off stump, and correctly adjudged to be wide by umpire Davis.
You see, the Grenadines divers, they're not in a bad position at all. It's just 47 after 4.4 overs.
Yes, a lot will depend on Captain Hooper from here on.
It's another wide delivery from Shaquille Brown, just losing it a bit here. It's a new batsman. You don't have to go to that ploy right away. You could just run in and bowl your stock delivery to him.
I was about to comment and say the same thing, Stacey, and because since he's a new batsman, top of off is always a good delivery.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see what he decides to do here in this delivery after bowling 2 wides. Even wider delivery, Alanson.
Yes, extremely wide that one. Almost missing the cut strip. And that was a very good take by keeper Hackshaw, who has been flying around on this outfield in the last few games. It took a spectacular catch in one of the previous matches.
Looks as if he tried to bowl a slower ball there. I might be wrong. And it just went very wrong and very wide. Once more, wide delivery. The batsman might be thinking, when am I going to get a ball to hit?
And the keeper seems to have been struck there. He's on the ground still.
For Charlotte strikers.
Brown needs to settle here. He has been bowling, well, prior to all these wides, consecutive wides, 4 consecutive wides actually, it was a very good over. And he needs to just, settle in his mind, calm down, execute what he needs to execute. It seems as if he might be thinking about going around the wicket to the left-hander.
Yeah, you just picked up a key wicket in that of Kevin Abraham. So you really shouldn't be looking to try things. Just run in and bowl, as you said, top of off to the new batter, because it's a new batter, and having lost a wicket, you know that they might feel like they're under some sort of pressure. Instead of that, we've seen 4 wides after taking a wicket from a very good delivery following the batter Kevin Abraham.
Yes, so let's see how it goes. Haksha has regained his footing. He's back up on his feet after a little bit of treatment and conversation there with the physio. Yeah. So it's good to see that he has regained his footing. And we are looking here at beautiful pictures from the Arnesville playing field, drone images.
Slightly overcast. Good to see Cosmos is back up. Quite a resilient young man, much like the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We're bouncing back slowly from the last Frey volcanic eruptions over a few weeks ago. And there you go, much better delivery from Shaquille Brown, what we've been talking about. Just pick your areas and bowl it, because it's a new batter.
Yes, he has changed his angle of attack. He's bowling now around the wicket. And that was the first one really that Williams had the opportunity to get his bat to. He was beaten. Wide open spaces on the leg side. He could tap the ball and get a single.
Tap the ball, what, no single?
Yeah, he needed to, instead of open the face, close his face slightly on that one, get it just short on the leg side, and it should have been an easy single.
Grenadines divers, they're 50 for 3 after 5 overs. They have the vehement Asif Hooper in the crease, and he will be looking to take his team over the line here today.
Interestingly, the 4 charged strikers were also 50 at this stage, but they were 50 for the loss of 2 wickets. I think that once Asif Hooper is there, the Grenadine divers stand a good chance of overhauling the total. But if they dismiss him, then it will be an uphill battle for the remaining batsmen, needing 57 from 30 deliveries.
Yeah, he should look to play the role of Miles Bascom, as Miles Bascom did earlier in the innings. He just decided to bat through the innings, and all of the other batters bat around him. Of course, he was able to play some stunning shots himself. So Asif Hooper will be looking to replicate and did a similar innings to what Miles Bascom played.
This moment he's on 24 of 12 deliveries. He's striking at exactly 200 runs per 100 balls.
We see Kirtan Lavier is about to take up the attack, the bowling attack from the administrative centre end.
Yes, Lavier in each of his 2 previous games returned figures of 2 for 15 from his 2 overs, and I dare say that the 4 Charlotte strikers will be elated to have figures like that from him today.
Well played, excellent shot. Just picked the gap and placed it beautifully through covers for 4.
Yes, classy shot there from Asif. He is strong on the cut. That one was short, it was wide. There was no one back at point on the boundary, and once he beat the infield, it was 4 for the taking.
Not a good start from Kirtan Lavier. He'll be hoping to bowl a little straighter to Asif Hooper, because that was an excellent shot, but we see they're putting back a man on the point boundary. Beautifully played there from Asif Hooper, holding his pose. And bonus, it's a no ball.
That's a tremendous shot actually by Asif. That one was through extra cover. Top shot, as you look at the replay there. It was hit on the up. It was by no means a half volley. The extra cover man didn't move, and the man on the boundary just trotted to retrieve. That was a top shot there by Hooper.
It's no ball, it's a free hit. Okay, there you go. I thought he was changing the field because he can't do that. He was pushing back the man, but he probably just realized that he can't change the field because it's the same batter. Just a one, as if Hooper would be disappointed with that.
Yes, he would be, but at this stage, 60 for 3. They require 47 from 28 balls. He would be saying to himself, we already have 10 from the over. And if we continue to milk the runs in this over, it will be a very good one for us. And we can keep the momentum going forward into the remainder of the chase.
You know, every time I look down at the scorecard, I'm thinking, how did they get there already?
They have hit quite a few lusty blows and a few boundaries.
Another extra added to the Grenadines' divers total.
Yes, in the last 2 overs also, they have had quite a few extras. They have 13 so far in the innings, and this is just the 6th over. And of those 13 extras, there have been 12 wides. So that's quite a lot of extras.
Played off the hit there. And you see the 4th child of strikers, assisters decided to assist the Grenadines divers by giving them 2 sixes today.
Yes.
12 runs.
Yes, and it's not only 12 runs by 12 wides, but also 12 extra deliveries. So they have 2 extra overs to bat.
It looks easy for the Grenadines divers, and as if Hooper, he looks really calm at the crease. I would be worried if I were the 4th child of strikers here. Yeah, he went for it. It didn't connect how you could connect the way he would have liked. But just a single to the point fielder.
And you could see the disappointment there on Asif as he ran to the non-striker's end, admonishing himself that he should have gotten that over extra cover once more as he peeled off the outer half of the bat. He's a type of player you don't have to think to know what is on his mind. Very remonstrative and demonstrative on the field.
Yeah, Lavier, he's straying a bit in his line here. Perhaps if that was Asif Hooper on strike, that the delivery could have been put away. So he needs to find his line here for this last ball in the over. Again on the pads, and clearly Asif Hooper felt as if he missed out by his reaction.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that. Just getting that just behind square on the onside would have given him a boundary. So it's now 64 for 3 after 6. They require 43 in 4 overs, a run rate of 10.75, I think my maths tells me.
Yeah, the 4 Charlotte strikers, I think they require one really good over here, and that might get them back into the game, because 43 from 24, I think it's in favour of the batting team at this point in time, having Captain Asif Hooper at the crease.
Yes, I think once Hooper is there, it's very much in their favour. If they're able to dismiss him, then there would be some tremors in his batting lineup.
Nigel Small comes into the attack. Right away we see an aggressive shot played from young Williams.
Yes, Small has bowled well so far in the tournament. And he has taken some key wickets and bowled at some crucial moments for his team. Most notably in the Sarpan Breakers chase, that 9th over when they were unable to get to the target of 80 that the 4 Charlotte strikers had put up a few matches ago.
Yeah, he's been mixing up his pace quite nicely in this tournament so far. see a field change. Miles Bascom goes into a third man area, leaving cover. And he's bowling. There you go. That one big over that we're talking about, Nigel Small, starts off with the wicket, the very key wicket of that of the animated Captain Asif Hooper. The ball kept a little bit low there, Alanson.
Yes, and it wasn't as short as he thought it was. And he would be very disappointed with that as he saw him while he was walking off. And with that wicket, as we said before, with that wicket, it all changes. The 4 Charlotte strikers are now in the favoured position, with the batting team requiring over 10 runs and over, just about 11 or so runs and over from this point. And they have 2 new batsmen, 2 relatively new batsmen in the crease, one who hasn't faced, and Williams, who has only faced 5 deliveries.
Yeah, they would think that they're on top here, but of course, complacency. You cannot allow complacency to come in at any point in time, because anything can happen from here on out.
Of course.
Good start from Nigel Small.
So Richards, who is also an off spinner, facing the off spin of Small. You know, spinners like to play spinners. Let's see how it goes here, Stacey.
I think he's gonna go for it. What guard is that? He's standing way outside of his leg stump.
Yeah, it seems as if his guard is a -3. He's so far along leg side that another set of stumps can fit between him and the stumps, but he takes a big step towards the offside before he faces.
That's Kyle in the air. Oh, it's dropped. He'll be disappointed of his own bowling. He'll be disappointed not taking that catch.
Yes, and the 4 Charlotte strikers need to be careful here that they're not relaxing before they have the game in hand, because Small usually is a safe fielder, and he would have expected to take that catch quite easily.
And the misfield, as I alluded to earlier, complacency, you cannot allow that to kick in. Yes, you got the key wicket of Asif Hooper, but I'm pretty sure both of these batters are capable of clearing the boundary. So you've got to stay in the game at all times here for Charlotte strikers. And again, another misfield. What could have been another run out, Alanson?
As you saw that delivery, that was a fairly quick delivery, and it seems as if he's in a little bit of distress there, Williams. He was trying to punch that one off the back foot, and he's hopping around just a little bit. I don't know if he was struck of that particular delivery or if it was one that was bowled previously.
Yeah, the Grenadines divers, they required 38 runs off 18 balls, as we see Wiley coming into the attack. Another spin bowler, Wiley, who did quite well for the Fort Charlotte strikers in their last game.
Yes, it was a good recovery by him, because in the previous matches he has been quite expensive, but went for under 10 runs yesterday in his 2 overs.
That looks to be going long leg.
Williams looked like he's struggling a little bit, and I think Richards is going to have a little chat with him.
There you go.
Whether he is struggling just physically or he's struggling in his innings as well, because that's a ball that's really far down leg side. You know, it's usually an easy tickle for the left-hander.
High in the air, and that goes all the way for 6. See what I've been saying, Allenson? Now they require 32 from 16 deliveries. And the Port Charlotte Strikers, not because they picked up the key wicket of Asif Hooper, they cannot drop their game here at all.
Yes, and Williams is a strong hitter. Basically, you saw that he just hit that one for one-handed six, and it didn't just clear the boundary, it went well over. So maybe he can take the initiative, especially against the leg spinner, to see what he can get in this over to try to reduce the required rate.
Took a beautiful catch today, can be his day.
That's a good shot.
Just a single, but a good looking shot.
Yes, that was a good shot there by Javid. It was on the cut, found the gap, but the sweeper cover did the feeling, and maybe after that six he's feeling a bit more confident. He's looking a little bit different. He's raising the bat, his back lift looks a little bit more aggressive and with more intent than it was before. So maybe that has what the fillip that he wanted to get going.
After that catch on the boundary, I would have been walking out with all the wall of confidence, Allenson. Picked up nicely from Richards. It's not over here for the Grenadines.
No, it's not. They're still in the game. Of course, it's much harder for them without Hooper there, but they're still in the game. They can still make these runs, so they must not give up at all. Richie is very experienced, and he will be having a chat with Javid as often as he can.
We see the intent from Javid Williams, sorry. It's 29 from 13 balls.
Yes, so they require maybe this one he can go for a boundary.
Slapped over the mid-wicket boundary, and it goes for 4. It's not over here. It's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. We need 25 now from 12 deliveries. Quite doable.
And we spoke earlier about Richards. He is an off spinner and he plays spin quite well. So there, that shortish leg break delivery from Jaron, and he pulled it into the gap between the deep mid-wicket fielder and the deep long-on fielder. It was precisely placed, exactly bisecting them with surgical precision.
Nigel Small looks as if he's gonna finish, but he will be thinking about that drop catch early on.
Yes, he should have seen the back of Javid Williams, who actually in the next over struck a 6.
How did you go about this? 24 from 12. You have Javid Williams, he looks the part. Richards, how would you go about chasing 24 from 12 here, Allenson?
But one of the things that you have to tell yourself first is that you cannot afford to have any dot deliveries. And where you take the singles, you have to try to run them very hard to see if you can get the opportunity to get 2. And take advantage of anything that you could put 2 or over the boundary.
Shortish delivery. It was played in the air. Looking for 2. They only get 1.
Yeah, these 2 are not the quickest between the wickets, but they have to do what they have to.
Out of the 2 batters, who do you think should be taking the leading role in pulling this off today?
Well, I would say Richards, based on who is bowling now and his experience. I'd say he's a good player of spin.
He's sitting against the wind. Not a bad offer there from Richards. It's now 24 from 10 balls.
Yeah, so that's a dot delivery, and that is where the pressure will mount. If Small continues to bowl dot deliveries, if he has a couple more in this over, then it will put some tremendous pressure on the Grenadine Divers pair who are at the wicket.
Nigel Small is a very smart bowler. As I said, he varies his pace quite nicely, and he continues to do so. It's been working for him so far in the tournament, so no need to change it. Oh, and that's picked up beautifully. We see the disappointment from Gideon Pope as soon as the ball left the bat. 6 runs from Richards.
Yeah, that was a bad delivery. Very short. And as I said before, Richards would not miss out on deliveries like that. And certainly there, he pulled that one quite easily over long on for 6.
See, he had a hairstyle adjustment there. He put up his hair a little bit. Maybe that helped him. A really, really good shot from Richards. Shorter ball. Just played into the cover for one. You'll be disappointed that he didn't get more out of that delivery, Allenson.
Yeah, it was quite short. And if he had found a gap on the offside, or maybe, just going over the man at this short extra cover in the circle, he may have gotten the boundary because behind him there was a gap.
Game on, Allenson. 17 from 8 balls. Let's see what young Williams have to offer us here today. Oh my. That was struck.
He struck that one like a bullet.
The other end. Didn't have time to see that one. That was struck fiercely. That was traveling. Oh my, I hope he's okay, Allenson.
That might actually cost them the game because that one has struck Richie in his right shoulder. And if you're right-handed batsman, that's your power hand.
Oh boy. Oof, you see that replay there.
Probably if he had just gotten it a foot or so wide of Richie, it might have been in the boundary.
You see, he put up his hand there, trying to stop that delivery. Not a good idea. He should have probably tried to dodge it, but
yeah, if he had
came
ducked
back so quickly. Yeah, it came back, but came back really quickly at him.
Yeah, if he had the time to duck, then it probably would have gone to the boundary because it was struck very hard by Javid.
It will be an unfortunate way, but this might actually play into the hands of the 4 Charlotte strikers here.
Absolutely, and that is what I was saying. That not only is it a dot delivery, because it was 17 off 8, now it's 17 off 7. It may have been 14 off 7.
That was troubling indeed. It looked as if it was headed for the boundary, but unfortunately it was stopped by his own batter. Well fielded by Richards.
And Richards himself being struck on the arm, you don't know how that would affect his power play from here on.
And he looks to be up and ready to go. So let's see what happens from here on out.
This delivery is more or less a free hit now, Stacey, and he has to go hard at this delivery to try to leave as few for the last over as possible.
He's got to go. He's got to go in this delivery here, Adamson. I would think that he missed out there. I was on the pads that was there to be hit high and far over the square leg boundary for 6. Now they're left with a much more difficult task. What could have been 11 of the last over is now 17 from 6 deliveries.
Yes, it's going to be very difficult. We saw that this exact rate was required in the last over of the previous match. 17 runs were required by the Lassufre Hikers in the last over against the Darkview Explorers, and we are seeing a repeat of the same here in the second game for today, where the Grenadian Divers, they require 17 from 6 deliveries, but can they be successful in overhauling the target unlike the Lassufre Hikers were this morning, or they were not, we should say.
Kelton Lavier is entrusted with the last over for the 4 Charlotte Strikers. This is turning out to be quite an interesting match here, Allenson.
Yes, and we are looking here now, the 2 batsmen, they are in, and they will need to get as many as they can off the last over by Lavier. Lavier was the one who defended that last over against the Salpan Breakers in that game when they defended the score of 80. And something that the 4 Charlotte Strikers would appreciate is that they have bowled fairly well for the tournament as a unit so far in this competition. And
he would like to stay off the pads of the batsman here because it's hitting with the wind, and anything on the pads, once he picks it up nicely, it will travel. It will travel over the boundary for 6.
And based on the field set, he's going to be bowling wide outside off stump.
And that's where he should be bowling. So good ploy here from Captain Miles Bascom.
Maybe we'll have some wides in this over to contribute as well to the score.
Grenadian Divers will be hoping that they get some wides to help them out. That's picked up high and it's gone all the way for 6. Beautiful pickup from Richie Richardson in the moon.
Yes, and you just call him Richie Richardson, and that was a Richie Richardson type shot. But yes, Richie, that was a very good shot by Richie. And that one was a bad length. I thought that, based on the field set, that the aim was to be bowling full and wide of off stump. That one was a length ball on the stumps. And Lavins is a quick bowler. He's very military medium. And Richards dispatched that quite easily over the lawn.
Looking at the crease, I call him Richie Richardson. And I mean, it's a shot, as you said, that Richie Richardson would play.
Yes, it went on the roof of the Sir Philip Vera stand.
You would be hoping he could channel him here today and knock off 5 balls. It's anybody's game at this point in time.
Yeah, that blow has brought things now they are now.
See a team start to have coming together in one circle, trying to figure out something. It's never good. The batsman might be feeling it's in his favor here. And here you see Captain Miles Bascom is going over, just trying to slow the game down a bit. Speaking to his fielder, bowler Lavier, a good ploy here. I see they've changed tactics. The third man, he's going back. So I guess they're going to continue with that wide-ish delivery to Richards.
And there's a section of the crowd, you could even hear them in the commentary box, that they are supporting the divers and they're quite vociferous.
So one is hit high, just a single. Richards decided.
And he's going to farm the strike.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it for the Grenadines divers, and he's calling. He's calling to get his helmet off.
Interesting. It's always a big decision to make, and it's a decision that will either make you a hero or a zero. Quite often when you make that decision, it could either pay off very well, or then you'll be blamed for not taking every run on offer. See?
Okay. 11 off 3. 11 off 3 deliveries. Good bowling against the run of play from Curtin Lavier.
Yeah, the ball was where he would have wanted to be throughout the over, really, based on the field set. Full and wide of off stump.
Fuller delivery, and he's given him straight. That would have crashed into the stump. And that's the end of Richards. Good effort from him, but too much for him to do at the end.
So I'm going back to 2 or 3 deliveries ago. He really should have taken the runs on offer. That's my opinion on it. Now it could have been maybe 9 off 2, still easier than hitting 2 sixes.
Also, young Williams hit Lavier for a straight 6 in the over that he bowled against him previously. So he could have entrusted him with taking a ball in this over.
Yes, Williams is by no means a tail ender, and he actually, although he has not been hitting the ball as well as Richie so far in this innings, he's more than capable. So you really should take all the runs on offer. Maybe if we get to the last delivery, or the penultimate delivery, I should say, you might think of remaining on strike, but not so all in the over when you have another capable batsman at the other end.
Indeed. 11 from 2. Well, this ball should tell us how the outcome of the game will be from here on out. They need 2 hits to win this game.
Barnum to the crease.
He's missed out. Just a single, and we see the Fort Charlotte strikers has started a belated celebration because it's now 10 from 1. Unless some sort of miracle can happen here.
Well, they need a no ball if they are going to win.
Well, that's the only way I see this happening now.
And the no ball needs to go for a boundary.
10 from 1. A good fighting effort from the Grenadines divers. They will be disappointed because I did think that the target was chaseable. Miles Bascom just making sure he gets his feel right. Just a single to end what has been a really good performance from the Fort Charlotte strikers. First with the bat, and they delivered with the ball as well.
Very good performance by the strikers. And now you hear, I don't know if you're able to hear that from home, but now you could hear their fans making a lot of noise in the background, the strikers contingent here at the Arnisville Sporting Complex.
We have been treated to two really good games here at the Arnisville Cricket Field. Fort Charlotte strikers coming out victors at the end of this one. It was a really good game, Alanson. We didn't know which way it was going to go until it got down to the end.
Yes, it was an excellent game, and we were treated to a close contest. All the while Richie was there, there was still hope. And prior to that, of course, while his captain was at the wicket, there was hope. So Miles Bascom, 48 not out of 31 deliveries. Gedron Pope, a belligerent innings of 29 off 12. They got them up to 106 for 2 of their 10 overs. Razin Brown, 2 overs, 1 for 15. And Braxy Brown, 2 overs, 1 for 21. Among the wickets, and you had Hooper top scoring with 34 of 18. His dismissal, I think, was key to averting the dominance of the Grenadian divers and causing them to stumble in the chase. But even in spite of that, Richie Richards came out and he said, well, I'm not going to give up. And he made 20 of 11, kept his team in contention. And Shaquille Brown took 1 for 10 off 1 overs. Nigel Small 1 for 13 off 2. Like Jordan, who also took 1 for 13 off his 2 overs. So the Fort Charlotte strikers won by 8 runs, Stacey.
Yeah, really good contest. I think the Grenadines divers, they will be disappointed. Again, the key wicket, Asif Hooper. Really good bowling from Nigel Small. But it was a good over. It was a good day of cricket. And we are going to sign off here. It was indeed a really compelling day of cricket. So we're about to sign off here from a Dream 11 VPL 3.0 from the Ashes. So until tomorrow, it's goodbye.